Let's take a look at what's going on with Dogecoin today, guys. Alright, so here's what we're looking at. In the last couple of videos, we are watching this resistance line right here. And I was saying if we break going to the upside, then we'll have a better chance of hitting .394. That was my target, .394. We cruised up, got a little bit of resistance, came down, came back up, getting a little bit of resistance again. We didn't quite hit that target, but we got super close to it. I'm wondering if we're going to keep continuing to go up, or if this is kind of, we're having trouble right now and we're going to start coming back down and maybe come back down to the retracement, maybe .338 again. I'm not sure. And the other thing I was talking about in the last video is if we break up and then we start coming down, this line right here would be the place that I'd be looking at, because it was previous resistance right here. It came up, got resistance. Now when we break above it, a lot of times when we break above the resistance, and we have to come back down and test, it'll act as support. And that's what I was talking about on last video. I was saying if we come down, maybe right here we'll support and we can get a bounce, and that's basically what happened. So now what I'm thinking is, like I was saying, are we having trouble right here? And that was kind of the top, because we have a top right here and a top right here resistance, and they look like the similar level, basically a double top, which could be a M pattern, something like that, or a double top. Let's go ahead and draw. So we have a bottom right here, something like that, and then we have a top, something like this. We're basically bouncing in between these two trend lines right now, and until we break to the top, or break out going up, or break out going to the downside, then I have a feeling it's possible that we could be doing this. But like I was just saying, it's a double top right here. So in a double top, you hit the top, come down, find support, hit the top again, and then come down. And this time it doesn't find, I mean, it depends. If it supports again, then we're in a channel. If it comes down and breaks through it, then that's that double top M pattern, something like that, if it breaks going to the downside. And if it does do that, you could target it from the top to the bottom of the pattern and then drag that to the breakout, something like that, which would put us right around that support again, somewhere around there at around .350. So I don't know. I'm wondering if it's gonna, like I said at the beginning, I'm wondering if we're gonna continue to head up, or is this M pattern gonna come into play and we're gonna break this trend line going to the downside? If we do break this trend line going to the downside, I'm gonna get much more confident on this level down here. Even though I haven't really traded this yet. Like I've been talking about, I set up positions at these Fibonacci retracement levels. If you've been following my channel. And if you haven't, go back and watch any one of my videos. I talk about it on almost every one of my videos, the Fibonacci retracement chart. But anyways, we watch these levels because a lot of times they act as resistance and as support. Boom or boom, something like that. And you can see it back here where we got resistance on it. And then it hasn't really been coming in as support, really. Like right here, a little bit of support, but it wasn't perfect. But anyways, when we came down, I bought boom, 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 the Fibonacci retracement levels. And yeah, so I have a position right here. Went up, I think it's up like maybe like 12% or something like that. Let's see where we're at right now. We get the ruler tool and we click right here, and then we drag up, and it's around 12%. I'm up 12% right here from this position, and it's a pretty decent sized position. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like I've been talking about, I'm trying to accumulate since I've taken profits. So I don't know. I'm kind of like hesitant to like sell it and try to get it back, because I tried doing that in this area. I bought right here, sold right here, and I've been waiting to come back down to hit this limit order for a while now. And instead of us, like, it's kind of tempted us to, I mean, how do I say this? It's had a few chances to come down to that level right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. And each one of these times it's gotten support on this line right here. So what I'm basically trying to say is, even if we break this trend going down, it's not 100% sure, it's not 100% sure that we're going to come down to that Fibonacci retracement level, because we've also been looking at this the line that I was talking about that was previous resistance can now act as possible support. If we break that one too, though, then that's when I'll get more confident on that next level. And if we break this one going down, I'll be starting to get confident on that one. But technically, we haven't broken it. We haven't broken the uptrend. We still have support, giving us this uptrend. As long as we're above this line trending up, then we can kind of. We haven't broken the trend yet, and it's still possible for us to continue to move up. Give it a couple hours though, and we'll see what happens when we come into this line. Like, let's see if it breaks it going down sideways, or if it just continues to bounce on it and it gives us support and pushes us up. Like I said, my next target is .394. I'm not really doing anything until we at least hit this. It's a pretty good trade right now. Like I said, I'm up like 12% or something. Like I said, 12.4%. So that's still pretty good. And from here to there is 3%. So you'd be missing out on 3% if you did, and if it went higher. So I don't know. And then like that last video I was saying, someone asked me when do I take profits on this. Like I said, I'll be watching the trend line. If we break it going to the downside, then that would be kind of a signal to do so. Right now, you could take it, and then maybe it'll go down. But I'm not sure. If it starts going down here, maybe I'll take profits at something like that, just to be sure. But you never really know, honestly. Sometimes it's like your instincts start coming into play, and the longer you watch these charts, the better your instincts will be, and like the more you'll have played the chess game and kind of seen what happens and how things play out in general. So just keep watching charts and keep just keep watching charts and following them day to day, even if it's not Dogecoin, whatever it is, and you'll get used to the way things kind of perform. And I don't know, if you get used to the patterns, you get used to the trends, the moving averages, all that stuff. So let's go to now that I think about it, let's take a look at the moving average. Let's go ahead and delete that trend. Let's go delete that line. Let's go ahead and delete this one too, just for now. So like I always say, we have the 9 moving average right here. And it's like I always say, on a lot of my videos, if we break that trend line, if we break that 9 moving average, that blue line going down, then when we come into it again, so we're coming into it over here, boom, 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 and it's acting as resistance. We're not able to break above it. So it's giving us resistance, and then it pushes us down. So when we're below the 9 moving average, then that's bearish. And when we're above it, when we break above it right here, pushes us up, we get support on it, up. So it's bullish. Right here, we broke above it, bullish. You know what I mean? We got some nice green candles. We came back down, tested that 9 moving average. So this is looking bullish. This looks good. You know what I mean? It's better to be above it. I mean, we did get that nice little run just now. So we'll see. Sometimes I'm on the daily time frame. This is I think my favorite place to watch the 9 moving average, just because it performs really good when it does break it. But what I was gonna say is sometimes it doesn't do this thing where it's like a big huge bull run. Like we broke above it right here, and then after that we just got this like big huge bull run. You know what I mean? Sometimes it'll go like the way it's performing right now. And like I said, the longer you watch it, you'll kind of see this. Is it doesn't do this big huge thing. It kind of goes in and out of it, like bouncing in and out of it, and even like these big moves. So we broke above it, now we're breaking below it, now we're breaking above it. It's possible that we come back and break below it. And when this happens, then I would say look at the next time frame, which would be the next one up. Particularly, you could look at the next one down, but that's going to be less significant than the next one up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly time frame. And this kind of tells us a little bit more. So like, let's go ahead and delete this so we can kind of focus a little bit better. So we have, let's see, where are we at? We have this 9 moving average right here. Boom. Like I was saying, when we break above it, boom, 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 support, bullish. When we break below it, resistance, 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 bearish usually. So right now we are below the weekly 9 moving average, and it looks like we're testing it. If we can break above it, then we can change our little sentiment right here, because right now, at least on the weekly time frame. So we have this 9 moving average right here. It looks like we're coming up. We're testing it. It looks like we're getting some resistance though. Let's see. I'm very curious. Okay, so the 9 moving average is at .385. If we could break above that, we might see a big, huge move, honestly, because look what happens when we break the weekly. Well, not immediately, but we break above it. We broke above it right here, and then that's when we find we're getting support, and then that's when we got the big, huge move. So, but at the same time, one thing that I've talked about before anyways is that I would much rather break it on the going like the analogy I was using is I would much rather break through a wall than a roof. So another thing that you'll notice is sometimes when we're under the 9 moving average is right on top of us, right? And instead of it's going to be harder for us to break through it like this. It's possible. You know how it's like right over, like it's like a roof. It's possible that we can break through this, but what I've seen is that it usually does something like this, where it'll keep pushing us down. It'll give us resistance and then push us down a little bit. The moving average will fall a little bit, and it'll fall a little bit, and that'll kind of follow us. Then we have something like this where the 9 moving average is like this, the price is doing something like this, and then it could break through it going sideways, as opposed to it trying to break through it going up. You know what I mean? So if it could break through it going sideways, I feel like it has an easier time, and then we could start getting, and then the 9 moving average will start curling up like that. Then we could start finding support in it, and then start moving up. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen, but like that, like it's possible, like I was just saying, it's possible that it does break up, but what I've seen is it's more likely to do it going sideways than it is breaking up. It's more likely to last if we break it going sideways than if we go it up. I mean, it's possible that if we go up, it's possible we just come back down. And it's not impossible that if we break it right now and just start blasting through. But like I said, what I've seen is usually it takes a while, and it's easier for us to go through it going sideways than it is going through up. Let's see what happens though. But I do think once we break these 9 moving averages, then that's when we can start really getting more bullish. And when we break them going to the downside, that's when we have to be a little more skeptical, be a little more bearish, and think that it might go to the downside, or at least be aware of it. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, I mean, we've been getting this nice little pump, and like I was saying, sometimes like the daily, it'll just go in between it, and then that's when you go to the next time frame up, and that'll give you a better idea of what we're kind of looking at. Because see how this one's kind of going in and out, and then if we go to like the weekly, this one's a little more clear. Like it broke out to the upside right here, support, bullish, broke out to the downside right here, resistance, might be bearish. And if you go back in time, similar thing right here, broke out, bullish, clearly bullish. Broke to the downside right here, clearly bearish. So yeah, the bigger time frames will sometimes make it a little more clear. Now I'm back on the daily time frame. So that's basically what I'm looking at. I'm kind of okay, so let's go back to like a recap. I don't know if it's going to continue to move up or if it's going to come down. Like I said, I really want to accumulate, so I'm kind of skeptical on selling. I don't want to sell it and then it go up. I'm trying to accumulate a position, so I'm not sure. I think what I might do is just watch this trend right here, and even if I don't fully make like the maxed out gains from here to here or here, if it starts dropping, then that might be a signal to take profits. And then let's go back to like the 1 hour. If we go back to the 1 hour, this is where I'm watching it. We have that bottom right here, and then that top right here. If we break one of these going to the up or to the down, if we break it going up or to the down, then I could get much more confident on where it's going. And even if we break this trend line going sideways, that's not going to be a good sign. What I'd rather it do on this uptrend is bounce on it, and then when we come up to that resistance, then we push to the upside. But if we start breaking through this trend line, even just going sideways, then that will also be a signal that we might be coming back down. I don't know, not 100% sure, just giving you my ideas and seeing what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are thinking though, and if you guys are interested in watching the last video where I talked about some of this stuff, I probably talked about the retracement stuff too, check out this video right here. And if you're new to trading, check out this playlist right here. It should help get you like going with TradingView and stuff like that. TradingView.com is what I use, so yeah, check it out. All right, if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.